Welcome everybody to this video about my personal Ikigai. Maybe I can start by telling you something about my life. My name is Fabian Arnold. I am 26 years old and I live in Switzerland. After my compulsory schooling, I did an apprenticeship as a carpenter. It would have been natural and easy for me to work as a carpenter afterwards, but that was never really my goal, because I wanted to be more than just a small piece in a system that I am not able to change or at least to influence. So I went to a few schools to be able to go to university. And today I'm in my 5th semester at the Lucerne School of Business. I'm doing a specialization in controlling and accounting. After my studies, I would like to make the education to be a certified accountant. I choose this path because I'm fascinated by management, organization, and numbers. I have already been fascinated by how much you can achieve when something is well organized. Numbers have always been a tool for me. The current corona pandemic is probably the best example of this. Well-organized countries can protect their populations from the virus with reliable analysis. Unfortunately, I also must admit that another motivation for my career is money. It's not about buying nice and expensive things. On the contrary, actually, I love about people who are celebrating wealth. It's much more about being free and being able to do what I want, when I want, and how I want. I don't want to work every day for a company whose business model I can't even personally identify with. Unfortunately, the example of the corona pandemic is also clear that the protection of the population has worked almost exclusively in wealthy countries. In addition to my studies, I am the honorary treasurer of the PK Association. The association runs a children's home in Romania. A few years ago, I spent half a year there helping to renovate the buildings. I would like to give you a brief insight into our organization. So this is actually the Instagram page of our organization. And here you can see some children we try to take care of. These are actually left or abandoned children from most of them are from gypsy families. And we just try to give them a home and a place they can grow up and go to school. For example, here you can see a picture of the employers. So these people are actually all Romanians. And yeah, they work actually care for the children. And she is actually the boss. She's Swiss. She also founded the organization. And she is actually one of the most brightest person I have ever met. So if you are still looking for a Christmas donation, you could donate something about the QR code. This QR code, the QR code is in our highlights. Okay, let's go back. Regarding to the SDGs, the SDG no poverty and zero hunger are the most important for me, as they are fundamental and do not need to be discussed. The SDG quality education and responsible consumption and production are also very important for me, as their implementation has very efficient consequences. In my opinion, education is the cornerstone for prosperity, welfare, sustainability, and peace. Responsible consumption makes me personally very happy. What I personally would like to contribute to the fulfillment of the SDG is to participate in all election and votes in Switzerland. Because as we have seen in the corona pandemic, also anything is possible with the political will. After my education to be a certified accountant, I would like to work a few years and earn money to buy a flat or a house. I also want to do that to be free and not have to spend hundreds of francs every month on my flat. After that, I would like to work for an organization that I can identify with to 100% and that also strives to fulfill the SDGs. Such an organization could be the Swiss Red Cross, for example. To be honest, I don't necessarily want to be self-employed. But what fascinates me about this course and why I'm joining it is the idea of earning money with sustainable business models. It allows you to invest all your energy in sustainable projects, and that excites me. I only do my job as a cashier for PK on the weekends. And that is exhausting because I also have family and friends and want to be free from time to time. However, I spent most of my time doing unsustainable activities. I was fascinated by sustainable entrepreneurs because they could change exactly that. And I also could identify with their values. And I agree that something must change in our society. What also fascinated me was the bootstrapping model, because it's all about the stakeholders and not just about the shareholders. I really hope that in the future I can also find a way to work sustainably for 100%. I would say I already follow the 10 rules of Ikigai, or at least try to. I would also say that the PK organization is my Ikigai, and I really enjoy working for it. The work reflects my values and my skills. Finally, I would like to say a few words about curiosity. In my opinion, curiosity is one of the most important things in life. It is what drives you forward and what keeps you young. My girlfriend's grandfather will be 80 next week, and he is still curious as a child sometimes. He regularly impresses me with his knowledge of new digital products and innovations. He is really a role model for me, and I hope very much that I will be that curious when I'm getting retired.